Election campaigns are boring, but the most boring part of the entire campaign would have to be election night itself, where you have to spend 7 hours watching people count.
Which is why, if you want to deliver great election night TV, you need to avoid covering the election at all.
Now, Channel 7 reporter Maggie Palmer, she really went out of her way to avoid the election. In fact, she travelled to Wales to get away from it.
Now, there is a sense of excitement in Barrie today. They're very proud of Julia Gillard.
Now, we could sit here and tell you that a Wales correspondent's a waste of money, but we won't do that.
No. Instead, we'll cross to our Himalayan correspondent to tell you.
That was a complete waste of money.
Now, Koshy, to be fair, made a lot of fun of that whole Wales thing.
Oh, he did?
I gotta say, I reckon the reporter got the last laugh because she unearthed an amazing scoop about the house that Julia Gillard once stayed in when she was a toddler.
There are locals that are calling for a plaque to be erected above her house.
Yes, and we have a shot of that plaque right now. This was the site of the most pointless live cross ever.
Now, not every network has the same news values as Channel 7.
No. I mean, look, some of them even settle for doing crosses to where the action's actually happening, in Canberra.
Yeah, but these live crosses, they can be quite tricky, Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
So you want a safe pair of hands, making sure nothing goes wrong, like Sky News.
We're going to go to John Kerrison on the tally room floor now, where he's joined by Nikki Sava, columnist for the Australian newspaper. John, what have you got to say? I don't have it, but... I don't have it. Oh, sorry, we're still on here, I believe.
There's a little mistake, but luckily they ironed everything out for the next try.
OK, we're going to go to John Kerrison on the floor now. We've tried to go to him twice. We're hoping audio's up and running. He's there with Nikki Sava from the Australian.
OK, look, that's another just little mistake. That's fine. Just cross to David Spears instead.
We will go to it now. We've got David Spears, I think. We're going to go...
Crossing between two channels here, which makes it difficult. But Peter, can you hear me now?
I wouldn't rule this out that the Liberals couldn't make a comeback here late. That is a pretty appalling result.
Okay, we'll come back to Peter. It's
OK, we've got David Spears.
Oh, well, we're meant to be on the...
Oh, well. Another little mistake.
Look, but the important thing is, when something stuffs up on live TV, you just need to cover it up. That way no one can tell anything's gone wrong.
Yeah, look, I'm getting a bit thirsty, Chaz. How long is this clip? I might just make a cup of tea.
We'll just have a look at those figures now. Have we joined the national panel? No, we haven't. We're still on. OK. We're coming to the national panel shortly. Well, that's how it seems to us here as well.
Sorry, did I miss anything?
Just a little mistake.
Oh.
But overall, it was very exciting, I thought. So no wonder Sky had a 24-hour countdown to the start of their coverage.
Well, they should have had a 24-hour countdown over their silences.
But ultimately, great election coverage is all about getting in there first.
Yes, obviously. Well, I mean, you have to wait, of course, until enough votes have been counted before you start analysing, like Channel 7 did.
So what do we got here? A swing 9.8 from ALP. So too early to call, but nice indication. That's a big swing.
19 votes to 12. Call the election now.
It's funny you should mention that, actually, because only minutes later, at 8:01 p.m. over on Sky News, Peter Van Onselen called the whole election. Behold, Peter Van Onselen's evening.
The Labor Party are going to win this election. They are not losing enough seats. I do not think that they are going to lose this election. Geez, a bit tighter than I thought when I called it before. We have absolutely no idea who's going to form the next federal government of Australia.
Well, he was a brave man to call the election, and even braver to change his mind 3 minutes later. And a brave man deserves a great award. So, Peter, this one's for you. Peter, hey.
Congratulations, Peter. You have won the award for the most premature election call.
Would you like to make a speech?
Yeah, no, look, I was wrong. I'm on the first one to
Actually, I think we've changed our minds about it.
You loved him presenting our national treasures. You loved him tossing on about opera and Shakespeare. Now catch Chris Taylor in his ponziest side project yet. Bonnets and ballerinas.
This bonnet is all the more remarkable for the fact that it was once worn by the great Russian dancer Agrippina Vaganova.
Combining his two greatest passions, join Chris as he embarks on a worldwide journey of pompous delights.
This Paris company is being commissioned to perform the complete works of Jane Austen as a ballet, and I, for one, am just a little bit excited.
And gets caught up in some misadventures of his own.
I can't begin to describe how liberating this feels.
Bonnets and ballerinas, coming soon, hopefully somewhere obscure on ABC2.
Good. You guys are jealous you didn't get that.
It's a good gig.
No, that's going to run and run on the ABC.
Although I've got to say, I've actually got a new job lined up for myself as well.
Oh, yeah? What are you doing?
Well, actually, I'll be working as Barnaby Joyce's speechwriter. I have to say, I find it very rewarding when I see my words come out of his mouth.
We've got a feral pig problem, which they almost have to fill out a Magna Carta of bureaucratic red tape before they can go anywhere.
Just like the election itself, we found it very hard to get an outright winner, but in the end we could not go past the faceless men of the ALP, whose poor strategy and behind-the-scenes interference could very well have cost Labor the election.
The Grand Mal for 2010 goes to the Federal Campaign Director of the Australian Labor Party, the faceless man himself, Carl Bitter.
Carl, you won the Mal! No, come on, Carl. You won the Mal Award. It's the only thing you're going to win this election, Carl. Do you want me to put it in your back?
No, thanks anyway.
You don't want the Mal?
No, sorry.
Okay.
Thanks anyway, appreciate
Carl Bitter takes out the final Mal for 2010. Faceless to the very end. Yes.
Well, look, sadly, folks, that is all we have time for, but never fear, because the main event is now here. Are you ready for At the Movies?
And Margaret and David have got a huge one for you tonight. They'll be reviewing Going the Distance. French Flick, Father of My Children! And speaking to the director of Father of My Children, the director, Mia Hansen-Love!
Thank you so much for watching over the past 5 weeks. We hope you've enjoyed the democratic process. And if the independents can't reach any decisions, then we'll see you for another election show in 1 month's time. Good night.